Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon, and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. I've been married to a covert narcissist for close to 20 years. I'm separated now, and what I do with this channel is I use my real life examples of having been married to a narcissist to bring awareness to what narcissism is, what it does to families, the utter devastation that it brings to you and your children, and also as a support for people that are in relationships with narcissists. I have felt very alone being in my narcissistic relationship. I don't know anybody else that's going through what I am. I don't know anybody else in a narcissistic relationship. So I want people to know that they're not alone. There are other people out there going through exactly what they are. Today's video, I'm going to break down 7 narcissistic terms. This is actually going to be a 2-part video, so I'll do the other 7 tomorrow. You know, when I first found out about narcissism and I found out that things that my husband did there were actual names for them, I was shocked because I knew that things he did it wasn't normal, it wasn't right, but I didn't know that narcissists actually are very predictable once you know about them. And so the things that he has done are things that, like I said, have actual names for. So I'm going to break down 7 of them now. The first one is future faking. Future faking is when the narcissist will promise you something that they will do in the future so that they can get what they want from you now. So you give in, you give them something now, and they have no intention of fulfilling their promise in the future. But they love to tell you these wonderful, amazing things they're going to do. All they need is for you to give in to them right now. So future faking is basically when they're lying to you about something they're going to do in the future, have no intention of doing it. You believe them, you give them what they want now, and then you're hurt later. The second one is silent treatment or stonewalling. This is a classic covert narcissistic tactic. Silent treatment is when a narcissist will cease communication to punish you when they are at fault. So something is brought to their attention that they don't like, some truth that they refuse to accept, you must be punished, and they will absolutely shut you down. They will not talk to you. It is torture for you. It is miserable, and this can last for a couple hours to, in my case, 7 months. This can be a long-term tactic. Narcissists are very cruel people. They have no problem destroying your mental health. That's not important to them. Everything is only about them. If you're hurt, that's your problem. If they're hurt, that's your problem. So you don't win when you're with a narcissist. Number 3 is cognitive dissonance. This is when you hold contradictory beliefs, and this can cause extreme distress. So future faking is an example of what can happen with cognitive dissonance. You believe one thing and it doesn't happen, and your brain just has issue getting yourself feeling okay. So an example of this outside of narcissism is when somebody smokes, right? If you're smoking cigarettes, you realize that this makes you more likely to get cancer, but you still smoke the cigarette. It's like your brain knows one reality, it knows a second reality that you're still going to do it, and your brain just goes in 2 different directions. And your brain wants to be in one direction, so it can really cause you emotional distress, experiencing cognitive dissonance. And when you're with a narcissist, you experience this on a regular basis because they constantly lie to you. And when you're a good person, you don't assume that everybody's lying to you all the time. You don't assume that you're going to be treated cruelly. You know, you go through life basically treating people and expecting from people what they can expect from you, how you would treat people. And when you're with a narcissist, you're with a mentally deranged person, and that's not going to happen, and it absolutely affects your mental stability because your brain's always going all over the place trying to make sense of what the narcissist is doing. Number 4 is narcissistic injury. So narcissistic injury, to break it down briefly, is when you hurt the narcissist's feelings and they must punish you. Narcissists are very manipulative people. They're very cruel people. Everything's about them. If you hurt their feelings, if you upset them, And it could be something very minor up to something incredibly major. Their hurt feelings will cause them to punish you. They can't handle it. They're special. They can't have anybody treat them poorly. And you, as the narcissist partner, you bear the brunt of that. So you hurt them, they will punish you severely. So it could be silent treatment. They could physically assault you. They could yell and scream at you. They'll do something. You hurt their feelings, you're not going to get away with it. Number 5 is narcissistic supply. You are the narcissistic supply. So a narcissist is like a drug addict. They need their drug of choice, and that's you. So you need to constantly be there to prop them up, to make them feel good about themselves, to give them whatever they need to escape the reality they're constantly hiding from. So you need to prop them up. If you don't, they'll have a narcissistic injury, and then you will be punished. Number 6 is object constancy. Narcissists have arrested development. There's nothing there. They're like toddlers. An example of this would be playing peekaboo with a little child, right? They cover their face. They don't think you can see them anymore. You're not there. They've hidden from you. Narcissists, that can translate into narcissism, where they do a similar thing. Now, they know that you still exist, but if they're not in your presence, or even if they are, but they do not carry over their feelings for you outside of your presence. So, if you're in an issue, if you're having an issue with your narcissistic spouse, say, and they're giving you the silent treatment, you are miserable. That's not out of your mind. That's constantly in your mind. Your day doesn't function normally because you're so upset and distressed about this. They, on the other hand, don't even think about it. You're not there. They're not dealing with it. They're out with friends. They're at work. They're doing whatever, and they're having a grand old time because you don't exist anymore. If they don't want to focus on a problem, they'll just ignore it. This happens all the time in my relationship. There will be some issue, and I will have to handle it while my husband just goes off and lives his life because there's no problem. I'll have to handle that. That's object constancy. You're not there. You don't exist. The problem isn't there. It doesn't exist. They're mentally ill. They can turn off their brain in a way that healthy individuals cannot and should not do. And that brings us to number 7, gray rock. Gray rock is a method to handle a narcissist when you have to be in a relationship with one. So basically, like a gray rock, a literal gray rock, you need to be boring. Really don't give them any narcissistic supply. You need to just deal with them as emotionless as possible. So say you want your narcissist to pick your child up somewhere. Instead of asking them to do it, you'd say it in a way like, can you pick up Tom at 6 o'clock? You don't get upset if they say no or they won't do it. You don't say, oh, but I need you to do that. You don't say that. You just say, okay. You need to be boring because you don't want to give them narcissistic supply. The point of gray rock is to starve the narcissist, basically. Starve them of supply. Don't let them feed off you. If you are stuck dealing with a narcissist and you don't want to fix a relationship, you feel stuck because you have a child with them, or there's some financial obligation, or there's some issue that you can't escape, gray rocking it, the hope is that the narcissist will eventually become bored of you and won't try to upset you. They'll just go their own way. So these are the 7 for today. I have 7 more for tomorrow. I hope you like them. I hope you like the video. Please give it a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel. My information is available under the video. Please feel free to contact me. My hope is that I can make a difference with this channel. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.